Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Laird McLeod. I'm an area marketing rep for Landoll Brillion for Western Canada. I'd like to take a few minutes this afternoon to talk to you about a product that is gaining more interest every day, and that is the Brillion by Landoll Zone Commander Deep Ripper. This Deep Ripper that we have here today is configured in a 5-shank. They're also available in a 7-shank rigid, available in 3-point hitch in 5 and 7 shank, as well as 9, 11, and 12 shank, all with a caddy. The Landoll Brillion, first and foremost, is probably the heaviest, or certainly one of the heaviest, well-built, most rugged frames on the marketplace. It's built to be able to withstand Western Canadians' toughest deep tillage conditions, stones, heavy clay, and of course the high horsepower that's required to pull it. This particular unit is designed is configured in a 5-shank. It's designated for either a smaller acre base or for the rental marketplace. It's perfectly sized for that, for the multiple tractors, horsepower ranges that can be put on it. The Zone Commander does require 50 horsepower per shank, so a minimum on a 5 horsepower on a 5-shank machine would be 250 horsepower. The Zone Commander is very, very simple to operate, to set. Basically, we have a hydraulic fore and aft that we see on this cylinder right here, as well as a single point depth control. We've got the ability to run this machine from anywhere from 6 or 8 inches deep to upwards of 20 to 22 inches deep. The goal with deep ripping is to be able to find that compaction zone and just get your shanks below that compaction zone and lift and drop and break and bust all that hard pan. As we move around the machine, the Zone Commander is also equipped with 22-inch coulters. They're adjustable. We recommend the coulters be ran at somewhere between 2 to 3 inches deep. Basically what the coulter is designed for is in corn trash to be able to size corn properly, manage all heavy debris, as well as open that hard crust of ground on top, which basically allows you for a nicer field finish and for an easier operation or easier entry for the ripper shank. As we move to the back, the Zone Commander is available in 2 different types of shanks, both a straight leg and this curved leg design. Both are more than heavy and adequate enough to be able to handle Western Canada's toughest conditions. They're both 1.25 inches in diameter, and quite frankly is the standard shank on Landoll, whereas with many competitors it's actually that would be considered a heavy duty shank, but it's standard here with Landoll. The Zone Commander is also available in 2 different type of resets. This particular model's got the hydraulic reset. This is the heaviest trip that Landoll offers, and basically has 2 features. One, it's like I said, it's got a heavier trip, which is roughly in that 4,000 to 4,200 pounds trip. So you've got the ability to stay in the ground in those really, really tough clay hard pan conditions, even at 18 or 20 inches deep. But it also allows us a little bit longer trip back stroke. So we've got another 12 inches of stroke back on the shank before we trigger the shear bolt technology. This is the Cadillac of shanks. It's also available in a spring reset. It's a more cost-effective shank if you were to own the machine, but if you've got those conditions that require larger deadhead stones or rockier conditions or really heavy pulling conditions, then the hydraulic configuration is probably your best option. Like I said, we've got 2 different shanks, both the curved and the straight leg design, both very adequate for fast reset and to be able to stay in the ground in hard pulley conditions and to be able to handle those. So after about 5 years now of guys doing significant ripping, whether it be test strips, whether it be a machine that they've rented to do just their just their real problem areas that they're aware of on their farms, like the sloughs, the headlands, and maybe approaches. To guys that have done whole fields and large acre bases, the feedback that we've gotten from ripping is that we've seen an increase in yield, a significant increase in yield, right across the board, whether it be cereals, pulse crops, corn, and/or oilseeds, especially in the second, third, and fourth, and fifth years after the initial ripping operation. We've also seen guys that have complemented what the job that they've did by expanding their acre base. So they're now no longer having to farm around sloughs or low spots. They're controlling that spring runoff water. They're actually draining sloughs and low spots, where in the past they've had to seed around them. We've got guys that are saying that they've eliminated some alkali issues that they've had by allowing that water to get back down into the ground, into deeper soil zones. It's taking that alkali down with it as well. Lots of guys have told us that it is probably the most cost-effective thing they've been able to do on their farm in the last 5 years to improve their productivity and profitability. Brillion Rippers are available to rent right here at Thiessen Agri Ventures, or at any Flaman's dealer throughout Western Canada. Contact them for more information.